Anju, I think Miss Sonal, Miss Ratna, I think she is in the last link, probably the demo link.
I'll just share it with her.
Good morning to all present with us today. Our chairman, Mr. Shahbaz Samad, our academic director, Ms. Fatma Shahbaz, our school advisor, Ms. Nivedita Mukherjee, our early years consultant, Ms. Sonal Chauda, our head of school, Dr. Ratna Ghosh, our dear colleagues, parents, and students. As you all know, students are coming back to school. In the last couple of years, learning across the world has been mostly online, and teachers, students, and parents have strived hard to make the most of the situation. What a joy it is to have the students come back to school. But still, we have many questions about the future. Does the long gap pose a new set of challenges for us? How can we be ready as parents, teachers, and students to be prepared to handle these challenges? We are getting many such questions every day from parents across the grades. We've organized this webinar, Hello School, Bye Bye Pandemic, to unravel these challenges and find solutions together to all such queries hovering in our mind. With us today, eminent educationist Ms. Nivedita Mukherjee, Ms. Sonal Chauda, Ms. Dr. Ratna Ghosh are the panelists, along with our section coordinators and students who would discuss and deliberate on these frequently asked questions. I, Shrutismita Gupta, the academic coordinator, will be moderating today's session. As a school, we believe in partnering with our parents to bring the best to our students, and all your questions and queries are very important to us. I would like to request the parents to kindly put the questions in the chat box, and our panelists will discuss those at the end of the session. So without further delay, let's start our session. I would request Ms. Anju to put the first question on this screen for discussion.
I think Ms. Suchishmita, for some reason, Ms. Sonal is unable to join. So if we can just allow her to join in.
Sure. Ms. Anju, kindly look into it. Ms. Sonal Chauda is trying to join. She might be in the backstage. Kindly let her in. Ms. Anju, I think that there might be some technical difficulty. So, Ms. Ratna, can we start the discussion? We are
Yes.
looking into the technical difficulty that is being faced by Ms. Sonal. So, the first question, my child has never been to school and only attended online classes. So, how smooth will the transition be? Ma'am, Ms. Mukherjee and Dr. Ratna, your thoughts on this?
Good morning, dear parents. It had been 2 years since we had been going on and off. We had started our classes for 6 to 8, but for primary, we had not been able to. We tried starting our physical classes in December, but again with the Omicron, the government requested all schools or directed all schools to go online again. Now that the restrictions are relaxed, the levels are coming down. We have we are getting our students back to school again. Now, with regard to your child not have attended school, physical school, and have attended only online classes, we have extended our academic year for this year by 2 weeks, so that when the students are coming back to school, whether it's primary grade 1 to grade 5, they will be guided, supported, so that they take uh, it on their stride. And at the beginning of the new academic session, we will have a 5-week bridge course to bring the students up to certain competency level that is necessary for each grade. And for K2, we have already started the extended hours to acclimatize them to the new hours that they will be needing in grade 1 in the online session. And we are also looking into the possibility in the last 2 weeks to bring back the K2 students and the K1 students so that they get a feel of physical classes. Ms. Nivedita, would you like to highlight your thoughts here?
I think that's a wonderful way to begin the school when we are extending ourselves to both the student and the parent to support. If the child, especially, has never attended a physical school, I'm assuming this is for the very young children. But parents, don't underestimate yourselves. You are their first teacher. It's just that you have continued to be a little longer to be their teacher. I'm sure they will come back to school with the values you have instilled in them, with the nurture, with the extended nurture that they have had with you. They have had the look of their teacher, the kind of curriculum, and they have worked with their teachers, so they are familiar with the picture and sound of their teachers. It's just that they haven't had the hugs and kisses of their teachers, which I think we will still have to hold off even when we are meeting physically for some time. Having said that, I think, as Dr. Ratna pointed out, it is a good time to use the facility that the school is extending the academic year, and partner with your class teacher. Be in more communication with your class teacher. Share with her what you have been able to do, what kind of behavior you have observed with your child, what kind of things the child likes and prefers, what are the child's strengths. The more the teacher will need more of your support, and if the teacher requests you to put in some kind of schedule for your child, I think this is a good time if you haven't started already. So, in preparation for school, simple things like getting up in the morning, eating food out of a lunchbox, eating at a regular time, uh, doing some preparation work, packing up bags, drinking from the bottle, water bottle. Maybe you could do a few days of that before the child actually comes into school, and then partner with your teacher, because the teacher is eager to have your child in school, and a teacher is also coming back after some time to school, and she's coming back with the idea of your child, but not the understanding of your child as a whole being. So I think great time for starting off the partnership, which will be a long time partnership with the school. So go ahead and work with your teacher, work with a schedule, and tell your child that now you're going to go to school, and maybe pass by the school a few times and show this is a school, and come and play in the playground even before the school begins with your child, so child starts getting familiar with the school. So possibly all some of these things would help, and I'm sure your teacher will be a great guide. So it how smooth so the answer how smooth the transition will be, is pretty much like how great a partnership you can create with your teacher is the amount of smoothness your child, you, and the teacher will feel in taking your child in into the school. You know?
Thank you, Miss Nivedita, and welcome, Miss Sonal.
Good
Um,
morning.
so
Good
we were
morning.
discussing
Sorry
on
for the
this. No problem, ma'am. It's technology.
yeah.
We were discussing on this, the first question. My child has
Okay.
never been to school and only attended online classes. So how smooth the transition will be. So Miss Niv has already spoken on it. We would like to know your thoughts on this question, ma'am, because you're a
Uh,
early years specialist, and I think it's for the little ones. The challenge is more, it's bigger.
Correct. Correct. So, sorry, I don't know what Miss Nivedita has said, but anyway, I will rephrase the thing. So basically, as a parent, we need to understand that we are not alone. It's a global situation. There are lots of researches been done on that, and people are knowing that children will be like 9 to 12 month delay in what they would have done otherwise, right? So at Capstone we just thought of a four way of addressing this issue. Number one is, first is we have to assess whether children are at the start of a offline classes. Of course this will be done after they settle down in the class. The second is, we have to focus on where the children are functioning instead of where they should be according to the grade level benchmark, because that's very important. There is a huge difference between that. The third is, because we cannot keep same achievement goals for all the children, so there must be individualized, customized learning and competency development goals for the first few months. I will say probably the term one next year will go on developing this competency, and then most probably we will be able to balance a strike between their individual competency and the learning gap. Okay, now how can we maximize that with whatever we got this year? So there are some children who have never gone to school. There are some, like there are parents who are already with us from last 2 years, and they are attending online classes. So there is a difference between these two groups, right? Those who have not gone and those who are already going and have achieved something. So here comes the fourth one, that how we will tackle this. So what we have done is, at EYP at least, that we have extended our school programs where children will be coming to school and basically learning the basic school routine, like basic competency of how the school routine works, what do we do in the school, our golden rules, our sharing, and all those things. And we are also utilizing the summer breaks, so by giving summer practice books and support videos which can help the parent to prepare their children for the coming academic year. So this is the four way which we are trying to tackle this issue in Capstone.
Thank you, ma'am, for your thoughts and inputs. Now we'll move on to the next question because we have too many questions that have been coming to us.
Exactly.
So, this is the next question. I've been homeschooling my child. Will my child adapt to the grade level competencies? So, some of them have not gone to school at all and they have been learning
Correct.
with their parents. So, what about these students and how do we tackle this challenge?
Yeah. So what we are doing at EYP level is again developing that competency is very important. We will also send some information for the parents, that how they can prepare their children to come to school. Like, otherwise how do we do it for preschool? Because in the nursery, when the child comes first time, lots of preparation goes, right? The child gets ready, parents talks about it, that the school will be like this. So these children who are even coming at a K2 stage or grade 11, they are never going to school. Some of them are just like coming it for the first time. So that is what we are so parent support is very important at this age. So what we are doing is, the first few weeks will go in a settlement, the same settlement process we are going to do what we used to do for our nursery children. So it will be there for all children, so then they get that basic competency, and then we go forward, right? And those who have not gone to school, say directly coming to first grade, right? So for them, yes, parents needs to work, and we are there to support them. We will provide them material. We will help them to prepare their children for the coming year, and some basic skills like holding a pencil. We don't know what is it, so we need to you do that baseline assessment, and then we will help the child. So the first assessment is very, very important, that where the child is, and individual program again for all children, because how we are going to start, what you can do with your child and come to school. So that's what we have as of now, we are trying to do.
And
Ms. Ratna,
Miss
welcome back.
Sonal here, I would like to add that we are also planning to get the students back to school, those who had been doing online classes with us. And we have extended the academic session, as I mentioned, to start with.
Correct.
And I'm sure this will also get them into some level of competency before they go for their summer holidays, so that they can, when they come back, the 5 weeks of baseline guidance and some like the bridge course will definitely help
Will
them
help them. Correct.
get into
Correct.
speed.
Yes. And
And beyond that
yes, yes.
also, the baseline assessment end of 5 weeks will guide us into the level of competency for each child, and we can probably arrange for some remedial classes like we did last year online to get them into speed.
Correct, correct. Even the personal, social, emotional connect is also needed to start. Before we start, we say that the environment should be safe, inviting. So all those needs to be done beforehand, right? So that will take some settlement time for sure.
It's again settling down, because when we
Correct.
went online, it was the
How did we
same.
do that? Same. Going to
Absolutely.
offline to online, online to offline. Yeah.
So I think these are challenges of time. We have to take it in our stride as adults also. So I'm sure parents, our children are very smart, and over the last 2 years, they have developed a different kind of skill and competency, which will
Correct.
actually help them. Miss Nivedita?
Yeah, I just finished. We have to innovate for compensating for learning loss and make schools a place for holistic child development. Schools are far more than a place to just complete the syllabus or develop purely academic competency. A child meeting and interacting with other children in real life and in school, we know, just as you mentioned, it contributes to emotional, social, cognitive, communication, language development. So I think we should embrace, we should be happy, we should look forward to it with an open mind that the schools are opening. And once again, we have the live partnership of teachers to work with our children. As parents, you're not alone anymore to complete both the nurture and the education. You have very competent experts to participate in your child's learning journey, not just syllabus, the journey of syllabus and academic journeys. Teachers are mentors and coaches, and the school is another home for the child. So I think I'm very excited to come back to school. I think it has been a bit of short-sightedness of our social political leaders to consider schools as the first place to shut down before so this is a good time when we have to prepare, yes, but open schools and get back to hope.
Thank you everyone for your thoughts. Ms. Anju, if you could just put in the next question for discussion. What will be the student-teacher ratio once the students come back to school? And what are the COVID-19 safety measures followed? How will the transportation be planned? I think, Ms. Ratna, this is the one for you as the head of school.
Yeah, sure. Parents for pre-primary, as you know, this year we had been having one is to the parent teacher, the teacher student ratio is 1:8, and because we have three teachers in class supporting the students, and going ahead we will continue to have that kind of support, and we have large classrooms and we have learning centers also. For grade 1 and 2, the size will not exceed 35 with two teachers in class. So again, the ratio will be 1 is to 15 to 1 is to 20. And we have got safety measures, and I would request Anju to play the video that we have shared with all parents earlier. Maybe it is a good time to also look into, since students are physically coming back to school. Uh, and then we will come back to the transport issue. Our classrooms are very spacious. They are airy with big windows, and we have the sanitization process that happens 3 times a day during the break time. And to start with, now that we are starting the physical classes, we have kept uh, the hours till 1:30, so that the students have little small breaks in between for 10 minutes to have uh, their snacks. But we are closing before lunchtime, so they do not get much time to interact with each other, and also to share their lunch, because it's a joy to share a lunch with friends. But then, if given the constraints of time, we are closing before lunchtime. We are having little snack break in between, so that students don't go hungry to back home. So these are the different measures that we are trying, and it has worked with the senior classes. So Anju, if you can stream. Thank you, Anju, for the
You're
beautiful
welcome.
video that was shot by the uh, members of staff at school. And we are having like sanitizer dispensers in every classroom. Students are also encouraged to get their own sanitizers, and we encourage students wearing masks throughout their stay in school. And also during break time, the little ones will be guided to wash their hands. The older kids also know the protocols because they had been coming to school. So we will be guiding the students through and through so that the safety is maintained and hygiene is maintained. And
Thank
I
you.
must say that, Suchishmita, I would like to add my two bits to here. I had been coming to school, and all the admin staff and the high school teachers and students had been coming to school since last year, June, whenever school was out of lockdown situation. And school is a very, very controlled environment, and none of us have got COVID or affected by COVID from school.
Yeah, keeping our fingers crossed on that. So
Yes.
moving on, Miss
In
Anju,
this
please put.
situation, the problem will be there, and it is we have to deal with it, and we cannot stay back at home because 2 years it had been very, very challenging, especially for educators and taught teachers and taught.
So, Anju, if you could put the next question. Ms. Ratna, I think the transportation bit also, if you would want to add a little bit
Yeah,
about our bus
transportation,
facilities.
we are maintaining maintaining the safety and hygiene in the transport, but then social distancing of having one child per seat may not be possible because of the distance and the distance covered and the routes covered, but then it is sanitized and hygiene is maintained, and students are encouraged to wear their mask while traveling.
Yeah, I guess transport is a tricky one overall, I would say, because I'm looking at it otherwise also. And even when we are flying in the aircrafts, putting one person on the seat is not viable. Putting double masking while doing transport, while sitting with the next person, talking least or none, not drinking or eating at all while traveling with the next person next to you, keeping the windows open, not sitting in an air conditioned bus. Uh, these are some of the things that one can see, and also monitor your child before the child leaves for sure. The child should not be having fever because you don't want it to affect any other child. So just I think if all of us individually are taking care of ensuring that we are not the source of infection, then I think the collective security overall will work. If we have traveled somewhere else and come back, I think do the home lat flow tests, home tests. We are all doing that whenever we travel and we come back by flight or bus transport. We come back home and we do a lat flow and check out if we are carriers of the virus. So I think if you're attending a wedding or a large congregation, or if you have traveled somewhere and come back, please buy some home testing kits. Test all of yourselves and do not send the child to school if anyone in your family has tested positive for the next couple of days, at least till you figure out by actually doing RT-PCR tests, because lat flow tests are not reliable, but they're a good first round of checks. So please buy a lot of lat flow test kits. We have suggested this for teachers as well, because teachers, like anybody else, also would have traveled to family vacation or any kind of congregations they would have gone in. So it's a good idea to do a lat flow and then send your child in, whether it is transport or school. All of us have to collectively be aware and keep each other safe, just as we have been doing that so long. Now it is RT-PCRs and all are not mandatory, but since we are sending our children to school, a lat flow, home kits are a good thing to invest in. So
Very well put, Miss Nivedita. And I think, being a responsible capstone society, if the parent keep the communication channel on with the teachers, that they inform that this is what is happening, we have been out, and this is what we are doing. So it will be easier for teacher also to keep eye on that child or something, save others, and we can together actually build that safe community in the school, right, following all the protocols and all.
Yes. So being
Yes,
responsible individually for collective well-being. That's the motto
correct,
going forward.
correct.
Next question, please, Ms. Anchu. Now the school is reopening physically. How does the school plan to support students given the small window of time before summer vacation? So this is a big question, not only from parents but also in the minds of the teacher. That yes, we are opening and we are very excited to have our kids back to school, but then there is hardly any time left. It's time to go for vacation again because summers are coming. So how are we dealing with this? Or is it at all helping us just opening a few days before summer vacation? Is the question. Ms. Ratna, I think you are on mute.
Parents, parents, as you know, that just 1 minute. As you know that we are in a school, and we have sent intimation to parents that we want to make the most of the small window of time before summer vacation, and we have extended the academic session by 2 weeks for the junior classes. So summer vacation, the assessment are also pushed for grade 1 and upward, and for grade 8, 9, 11, who will be moving to the next grade, we are having the assessments in beginning March, and then we will start with the uh, next year's curriculum, and we will continue till end of April. And for grade 10, since the board exam is also pushed to end of April, we are extending our regular support for these students. So I'm sure with the extension of the academic session, even by 2 weeks, we will be getting almost 6 weeks time before we close for the summer holidays and start with the assessment of the children. So this will be enough time for children to switch from the online mode to the offline mode and take the assessments physically in school, which is very, very important.
Uh, Miss Here, I think that we should also really thank all our academic team. Many of our teachers also had to change their plans because probably they had some plans of going out. So that is also something that they did. And all our parents, many of them also stayed back because they understood why we are extending the session and how it will help their wards. So again, talking about partnership, I guess that's leads to the best result. So, with that, we will now, because some of these questions were very specific to the grade levels, and we were actually flooded with questions, especially coming from early years, because that's when they are starting school, and that's where, parents are most concerned about starting this new journey. So, for that, I will like to invite the early years coordinator, Ms. Chandrashri, Ms. Steffi, Ms. Ritika, along with two of our tiny tots also joining in the discussion from grade 2. So, welcome.
Welcome,
Yes.
welcome.
Good morning,
Good
Rishit
morning.
and Harshita?
Good morning, ma'am.
They were all ready from morning and extremely excited to be on the webinar and to be part of a very big adult kind of a conversation.
Oh,
So they were ready since morning. So welcome, and we will put the first question for all of you. Miss Anju, if you could just put the question for them. When the students come back to school, what is the routine you follow to settle the new batch? I think Miss Ritika would be the right person to answer this because she is our early years coordinator. So, Miss Ritika, if you can just take this up, please, for us.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. So, as the children are coming to school for the first time, settling into the school environment will begin with a short duration of time, like 1 hour, where parents can be around. And gradually, the school hours will increase. And this will help children settle down in a phased manner. Initially, our main focus will be personal, social, and emotional development of our children. The routine will include activities like story time, music and movement, and outdoor play. Once the children are settled and familiar with school routine, then we will start building on the academic rigor as well.
Thank you, Miss Ritika. So, Miss Sonal, if you have something
yes.
as our
Yes.
uh,
So basically,
consultant.
our idea is, sorry, yeah. So
Yeah,
basically, our idea is to settle the children first. They have not seen the classrooms. So we want to make them as interesting and as attractive for them to come into and play there and enjoy with the friends. That's what we want to make this. So first 2 weeks we are planning that they just come, understand the routine, what is happening, because we do lots of things. We have nice circle times happening where we talk about ourselves, we talk about our feeling, how are we doing, what are we going to do, all these things. So the fun of that is something which we want to add first, so that they come, they enjoy that, they fall into that routine. I guess it will take around 2 weeks for the children to settle down, because they are just have never gone out, and I don't know how many of them are even venturing out in malls and all, and they are coming to the school. They may miss their parents and all the new environment and all, but they have seen their teachers online, so they have this familiar adult with them. So that is what we are planning, first 2 weeks. After that, it is slowly we will work on their basic competency development. That's what we have planned, and we definitely need parents help for that. They need to prepare their children. As I'm telling again and again, please talk to your children saying that we're going to go school and hurrah, it's a fun time, let's have fun. So they should all be really with that. So that is something which we want, and that is what we are going to do, having fun in the school, which we always have.
great. Thank you, Miss Sonal. Miss Anju, if you could put the next question for them. My child is in grade 1 and has never attended physical school. How will you give social emotional support to these students? Ms. Steffi, if you could just kindly take the this question.
So, good morning, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. So, regarding the social emotional learning and the support, we have our in house special educators and counselor who will work very closely with children. And when we start the new academic year, we will even have parent orientation. And in our classroom, especially, we have our circle time and quality circle time. So, this time actually provides opportunity for children to develop their social skills, and also it overall develops a oneness in the classroom. So now I would like to ask Harshita. So Harshita, can you share your thoughts about the circle time and the QCT time we used to enjoy in school and virtually also?
Sure, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Every day, I look forward to attending the circle time and meeting my friends. We discuss the weather, how we are feeling, and the things we have been doing over the week. We also get to learn new things through investigation and reading for the quality circle time. All of us share our thoughts with each other, and I am excited to return to school to know more about my friends and have fun learning. Thank you.
Yes, Arshita, we are also eagerly waiting to meet you all in school. Thank you.
Thank you, Steffi. Thank you, Harshita. Now, Ms. Anju, kindly put the next question. My child enjoyed celebrating all festivals last year virtually. How will this be continued when the school opens physically? Ms. Chandrashi, if you can take this question.
Thank you, Ms. Suchismita. Sure. Good morning, everyone. So, parents, as we all know, from last 20 to 22 months, mostly early years, we've been having online classes, and we were completely, on the virtual platform. So, we didn't make any compromises on celebrating festivals together, birthday parties, virtual birthday parties, and all our calendar events were conducted as per the plan. So, going ahead, also, as we can see normalcy in almost everything around us, so we will plan to have all of these festival celebrations and also the calendar events physically in school, with adding in lot of excitement to it. A lot of fun to it. So, this is going to be the plan going ahead. So, now today we have Rishit Gowda from grade 2, who's eagerly waiting to share his thoughts on the same. So, Rishit, can you tell us all which festival did you like to celebrate the most in school?
Good morning, everyone. I am eagerly waiting to celebrate the festivals in school with my friends and teachers. When I was in K2, I celebrated EYP Hubba. I came with my parents and I cherished each moment of it. My most memorable time was on my annual sports day event, in which students and parents both participated in games like relay, hurdle race, and many more. Such events bring everyone closer to each other. I can't wait to be in school to enjoy those days like before. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishit. We are also very, very eagerly waiting to have our annual sports event for sure next year. So, thank you so much for sharing your thought. Ms. Suchismita, I think that was all I wanted to highlight on this question.
Sure.
Thank you.
And I must say, Rishit and Harshita, you did very well expressing your thoughts. Are you excited to come back to school? What do you feel?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes?
ma'am.
And what are you
Can I?
really looking forward to? Yes, Miss
Correct.
Sonal.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to ask both of you, what will be the first thing you will be doing when you will go to school? Have you seen a school, your school? Do you remember the classroom?
Ma'am, I have not gone to the Capstone school.
You've not seen. Ah,
Ma'am, I
This
was
will
there.
be my first time.
this will be your first time. Okay. So what are you going to do first thing? What do you think that you will do first thing, Hashita?
Ma'am, the first thing I think I will do is explore the school and my classroom.
Oh, okay, that's true. And which class you are in, grade 1 or 2?
Two.
Oh, and I have seen some photographs of your classroom. It is looking very interesting. I am sure you will love it.
Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Rishit, you tell me. You tell me, Rishit, what you have seen the classroom, your school, you have seen? Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am, I was there from small.
Oh, you were there. Oh, so you already know about it. So what are you going to do first thing?
I am gonna do sanitizing.
Ah, why? You're scared? Is it a scare or just a protocol?
Protection.
Oh, very nice. That's a very thoughtful thing to do. And you tell all your friends also to do the same. That's important, right? What else? What are you looking forward? What else do you think that okay, that will be fun? What will be that thing? Other things. What are you? So
I
tell
will
me,
play games.
you want to play games. Yes, that's true. That will be fun, isn't it?
And
that
I will
is they were missing out, right?
What?
and I will do
What?
music also.
Oh, they're very good. See, so we need to do music, we need to do dance, we need to play out. Do you remember the outdoor area? Do you remember that? The
Yes,
sports play. Yeah, yes. I'm
that
also
is.
very excited listening to you, Harshit. Yes, Miss Suchisuta,
Yes,
of
it was
you.
wonderful interacting with them and, listening to their, thoughts, and they're always so fresh and so genuine. So thank you so much. Now I would like to invite the primary team. So Miss Yamini and her students from grade 3.
They're all very excited to come back. And when we send messages for grade 1 to come back, we are getting inputs from our pre-primary. When do we send our little ones?
Correct. We should call them also, Miss Ratna. We should.
So we are
They
making
will
plans.
have fun. Yes, please do that. Yeah.
Good morning, Daksh, Amishi, and Miss Yamini.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So, are you excited to be live on a webinar?
Yes, ma'am.
Amishi? Yes? Okay. Let's see what questions we have for you. So, Miss Anju, if you can put the first question for them. Okay, this is a very difficult question, it seems. My child has been attending online school for past 2 years. So, what if there are learning gaps? How would the school help in developing grade level competencies? So, Ms. Yamini, I will ask you to take it first and then maybe take it forward with your students. Let's see what Dakshan Yamishi has to say about it.
Sure, Suchismita. Good morning, one and all present here. So, to answer this question, Suchismita, I would surely like to mention about our lesson plans, which are interwoven with skill based activities, research work, and project based learning, which helps in developing not only the 4 C's like communication, creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking, but also the multiple intelligence. We will also do the competency assessments, and if we see that there is any gap, we would like to give them the remedial classes which will bridge that gap. And as already mentioned by everyone in the starting of the session, that we have extended our academic year by 2 weeks, so that we provide the best support and readiness for next grade to our students before the annual examination. So we also have Dakshan Amishi, who are earnestly waiting to share their learning journey and how they evolved from physical to online classes and improve the competencies in a fun and engaging learning environment. So Daksh, would you like to share your thoughts first?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I would love to share my experience of online classes and how it helped us to achieve the 4 C's. For all the subjects, we do activities which help us to develop skills like collaboration in group work or breakout room discussions, presenting our thoughts in a well articulated manner using various modes of presentations through debates, slides, and group presentations, making models which help us to improve our linguistic and artistic skills in addition to the concept based knowledge. In our science classes, we did a project based learning where we had to research various major natural disasters that affected our planet in recent times. For example, my group researched on Cyclone Amphan. It was a cyclone that struck Odisha, West Bengal, and Bangladesh in May 2020, and both countries sent rescue forces to save those living in the affected areas. Apart from knowing the science behind the cyclone's formation, we also found out how different countries came forward to help the victims, and thus teaching us the importance of harmony and goodwill is possible even in the times of pandemic.
In one of our English classes, we had to do a role play in which each of us wore the mask of an animal and spoke about its habitat, what it faces, etc. This activity was a great integration between art, English, and creating awareness about the habitats of the animals getting destroyed due to human encroachment, why humans kill many of its species, etc. Besides communicating our ideas with our friends and teachers, we could also build upon our interpersonal and logical skills besides learning the importance of teamwork and assuming leadership roles. Ma'am, in our PBL on SST, we even got a chance to be panelists. We had a rubric based on which we gave marks to the groups who researched and presented their ideas on various topics related to saving our environment, like waste disposal, threats to the environment, etc. So, when we got a chance to evaluate our friends' work, we realized while analyzing and giving constructive feedback to our friends, we ourselves developed a clear understanding of the concept. Amishi, would you like to share something?
Yes, Amishi, you being new to Capstone High, we would definitely like to hear from you. How was your experience?
Good morning, everyone. There's a lot to share, ma'am. Adding to what our Daksh has mentioned, we also got to explore our skills beyond just reading and writing. Our creativity was not limited to making presentations, but we got opportunities to hone our spatial and critical thinking skills during STEAM classes like the Straw Tower, which was an engineering challenge, and currently we are working on our models of bridges. These kinds of activities gave us the confidence to build up working models of solar cookers, hydraulic arm, drip irrigation systems, and many such other models for CapSci 2021. So, online classes never hindered our growth or learning, rather, it made us more self dependent. And we just love our art classes, don't we, Daksh? What better way to express our emotions than to pick them through pictures and colors? I honestly love art classes as I always get to learn different types of art forms. Our English teacher also ensured that we draw inspiration from the works of Malala Yousafzai and Greta Thunberg, who never bowed to the hurdles in their life and tirelessly worked towards giving equal rights to females for education and addressing climate change, respectively. Reading about what their life stories really changed our thought process and we started looking at the challenges as opportunities. We always look forward to quizzes, World War, jigsaw puzzles, crosswords, which help us to test our understanding in a fun and interactive way. These kinds of assessments appeal to our audiovisual senses more, thus letting us break the monotony of a pen and paper test and actually making us enjoy the process of learning. We are looking forward to coming back to school to do all these fun activities in person.
Thank you, Dakshan Amishi, for sharing your thoughts with all of us. It is great to see how well you all have adapted and excelled in the online mode of learning. We are confident that once you come back to school, the skills and competencies that have been developed and the values imbibed will help you to achieve greater heights in your academic as well as the personal life.
Right. Thanks, Daksh, Yamini, and Amishi for sharing. Um, to also summarize what all you said, that all of these fun activities we have been doing online for last 2 years, and we've all been enjoying. And Daksh was so excited about all his PBL assignments, and Amishi was excited about her art class. When you're coming back to school, we are going to definitely continue with all of these and some more. So, Amishi, Daksh has been with Capstone for some time, but you are new to school. So, when you're coming to Capstone, what in your imagination you're expecting of the school and the teachers?
I expected all of the teachers to be very kind and all. I
You
really
want them,
enjoyed.
you
Yeah,
think they're kind? Okay,
very kind.
very kind. Okay. And anything else apart from being kind? How have they touched you?
They have I feel very happy whenever I'm in class because if I have any confusion, I just simply ask the teacher and that confusion is cleared. So they're
That
very
confusion is
helpful
cleared.
and
So they're open to listening to your questions. Is that
yes,
what you're saying? They're kind and they're open to listening to your questions. So that's what you're expecting, an environment of kindness and love and open-mindedness when you come to
Yes.
school. That's wonderful. Miss Niv has a question for you.
So, Amishi, you are coming to school. You must have made some friends online.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, what are you looking forward to doing with them when you meet them in person? Have you met anybody in person of your classes?
Yeah, I have met Kushal, I have met Daksh during the basketball classes,
Okay.
I have met Vaishnavi,
Okay.
and I have also met Yusuf, I have met Prerna, Yashwant, I have met many of them.
That's wonderful. So I think now that you can meet them every day, it will be a different level of excitement, right?
Yes,
Daksh,
ma'am,
your
totally.
friends also, no? Your friends, you have been in with the school for some time. How many friends did you have when you were coming to school earlier? 10, 15, 20, 5? How many? How many friends did you have? You grew up with Capstone, right? How many friends did you have, Daksh? Before, when you were in
Ma'am,
grade 3, when you were till you were in
I'm
grade
grade
3?
3.
Yeah, how many friends did you have?
All my classmates
Oh, so
except for Yusuf and Zen.
they're new ones.
No, ma'am, they're not new. They were in
Oh,
grade 3.
they were in grade 3. All right. So now all of you must have grown very big. Can you make out how tall you were when you are on online class? Have you tried measuring yourselves how tall you were when you are in grade 3 and now that you're in grade 5? Will you recognize all your friends?
I have grown 1 foot since grade 1.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of growing. We can't make out on this little pictures that we get online. I'm looking forward to meet you all, big boys and girls. So long back we met you.
And
Lovely.
Miss,
Lovely.
it becomes very difficult because now they are all masked up also.
Right. Now we have to write on the mask. I am grade 2's Daksh, who is now in grade 5.
And earlier, when we were having a conversation, what Daksh told me is that he's looking forward to his assessment, end of the year assessment that he's going to come and write online. So, Daksh, would you like to say something about that? What excites you about that? Because I found that surprising.
Ma'am, I want to say that the biggest reason I want to go back to school is PT or PE. I love to play sports so much.
And you have been missing that online?
Oh, Prasanna sir and his team will be so happy hearing this. Oh, I'm sure Prasanna, Ashwini, all of them must be missing you all so much. Oh, good Lord. I feel like going and playing a round of badminton with all of you when we go back to school. Completely have missed up playing all last couple of years. You people have grown tall and we people have grown wide. What to do? Since we can't grow tall, we have grown wide. Okay, looking forward to playing with you.
I'm looking forward to meeting all of you on campus. Bye bye. Thank you so much for your contributions and your thoughts and ideas. I would like to now invite.
Bye, ma'am.
I'd like to now invite the middle school team, Ms. Shajni and her students from grade 6, Harish and Aratrika.
Good afternoon, Aratrika, Harish, and Ms. Shajni.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the panel.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, let's look at the first question we have for Harish and Atrika. What are we doing to ensure rigor in middle school such that the students are ready for board examination? Oh my God, you're hardly in middle school and we're already talking about board. So let's hear from you guys. Ms. Chajni, if you can take that forward, please, for us. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. As we all know, assessment is a key component of learning because it helps students learn. So, to ensure rigor in the middle school team always keeps track of the CBSE website with respect to the question paper pattern of the board examination. Then, the backward design process is followed in such a way that we train the students right from grade 6 with the same question paper pattern of grade 10 by including different types of questions like case based questions, reason assertion type questions, higher order thinking skills questions, application based questions, multiple choice questions, and so on. We conduct 4 periodic assessments during the academic year with 2 periodic assessments in each term. Also, we conduct monthly unit tests which enable us to measure the learning progress of the students. In addition to it, continuous assessment occurs with emphasis on concept and inquiry based learning. Harish, can you please elaborate about the internal assessments and how it has helped you to attain various skills?
Sure, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Various types of internal assessments are conducted throughout the academic year, which enables us to attain various skills. I would like to highlight a few. First, I would like to speak about the project based learning activities, that is PBL. It encourages a deeper understanding of content, including the 21st century skills, that is critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. Recently, I did a project based learning activity on geography about the plate tectonics, plate boundaries, and its types, and attained deep understanding of convergent plate boundaries, divergent plate boundaries, and transform plate boundaries, which results in formation of volcanoes, rift valleys, and deep trenches, to name a few. I also enjoyed doing case study analysis, which is an instructional method wherein case studies are created and used as a tool for analysis and discussion. To quote an example here, I did a case study in the subject of civics on the topic caste based discrimination, the story of Ambedkar, which educated me to avoid discrimination at any level of the basis of caste, gender, religion, ethnicity, etc. With respect to the higher order thinking skill questions, that is HOTS, it has encouraged me to think beyond literal questions. As part of the HOTS on the subject of history about lion capital in Indian currency notes and Ashoka Chakra in the Indian flag, I got to know about the applicability of values of the Ashoka Empire in present day India. Finally, I would like to mention about the subject enrichment activities, that is SEA. The main objective of enrichment programs or activities is to enable my problem solving capability. I did a fun activity and simulated a xylophone using glasses filled with water at different levels, which helped me gather more information about the mathematical fractions. And it was a bit of enjoyment as well. I also learned that there is science behind the music. Regular feedback is given after every assessment, which in turns help me to judge myself, and the type of assessment process will enable me to face the board examination with confidence and without any fear in the coming years. Thank you.
Thank you, Harish. There was confidence in the voice, the way you were speaking, just as Miss Nivedita commented, absolutely like a pro. Very well done.
Thank you.
Miss Anju, if you could put the next question, let's see. What do we have? How will physical classes support students' learning and development in middle school? So, Ms. Shajni, would you like to take this question, please?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, the learning and development process is instrumental in shaping one's personality and the way a student deals with situations of life. The shift of thoughts from bookish knowledge to knowledge of life in schools has brought forth a sea of change, supporting the continuation of teaching and learning during the COVID 19 pandemic. As facilitators, we bridge the gap by taking remedial classes or bridge courses. The assessment which we conduct are competency and skill based, which enable us to identify students' strengths and weaknesses and the gaps they may have in their learning skills. As we all know, goals provide the clarity and focus required to get the most out of their efforts. The goal setting document, filled in by the students in collaboration with the parents and teachers from the beginning of this academic session, has enabled the students, parents, and the teachers to work hand in hand to manage the learning gap. Aratika, can you please explain how you enjoyed the physical classes after you had online classes for a long time?
Surely, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I am so very excited to be back in school, and it certainly is super cool. Online classes were exciting and, most importantly, safe for us during this pandemic. But attending physical classes after a long period of time was a great feeling in itself. I could meet my old and new friends, teachers, and definitely HOS ma'am. There certainly were a lot of restrictions and COVID safety rules followed, such as no handshakes or hugging our friends and teachers, no sharing food and stationaries, wearing masks all the time, washing or sanitizing hands, maintaining social distancing, and many more. In spite of all these new rules, being at school, attending physical classes means a lot to me. So, first of all, no more staring at a 15-inch screen and phones all through the day. And I'm not limited to a closed or confined space during my classes. There are open grounds to run around and chasing my friends, playing games, physical sports, and especially basketball, which I'm missing the most. It was so soothing to hear teachers and support staff calling out, "No running in the corridor, children." That was one of the things that I missed the most. And flipping through the pages of my favorite story books in the library, celebration of my birthday by planting saplings in the school garden, um, the Capstone High events, all of these brought in a lot of energy and enthusiasm in me. I would also like to share my experience of collaborative learning during physical classes. Uh, One of the activities which I enjoy the most is flipped classroom. Flipped classrooms online were a good platform for us to learn and share our knowledge with classmates using apps such as Miro, Jamboard, Padlet, and many more. But at school, it is completely different because at school we were able to collaborate with one another better on discussing the subject, researching, preparing the content, completing the activities, and reviewing at a faster pace compared to online. Our thoughts could be channelized and presented with the classmates during offline flipped classrooms. Our recent flipped class activity in maths was on the chapter Symmetry, where we used objects in and around the classroom to explain the concepts. Similarly, we created charts, used smartboards, printouts, and article cutouts to learn about traders, kings, and pilgrims in history class. Peer learning at school is more effective because there is no dedicated time or place required to share our knowledge with each other. My friends and I were able to share and discuss any subject during our breaks, lunchtime, while walking around the school, down the stairs, corridors, PE classes, and also during the to and fro school bus journey. Overall, I'm very much excited to be back to school and enjoying my classes much more than ever. And I am definitely looking forward to sports and
cultural events returning to the way we had prior to the pandemic. Thank you.
I must say, like Aratrika, you have expressed your expectations from school, but we may not be able to give you all the opportunities immediately because of the restrictions. But I'm sure over time we will be able to give you most of the joyful moments that you experienced, and maybe more so now that we are equipped with taking different other strategies of learning together.
Sure, ma'am.
Right, ma'am. So, as Aratrika is saying, that being in the school environment itself is learning. You're learning in the corridor, you're learning while you're traveling back to home in your bus. You're learning everywhere. Every moment is a moment of joy and is a moment of constructive learning. So, thank you so much, Aratrika, for sharing that thought. Ms. Niv,
And
Ms.
it,
Sonal, if you
it
would.
was very well articulated, I must say. You have expressed your feelings very well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, great job, Ratrika, and very well put. Uh, Now, you know what is going to happen. Now you will be hearing, put your mask on, everybody, instead of running, right? So it will be that scene.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Sonal, these kids are so smart. I think they will be telling us, because some of us teachers will be
Correct.
trying to pull our masks down. I think it will be them who will be telling us, put your masks on. We don't want a situation in school. We don't want the school to close. You better be careful.
That's
So
true. That's true.
I think I'm actually looking at it the other way around, because during the pandemic, Suchishmita, some of the classes that I attended, Dr. Ratna, I attended Chajini's some of the classes, how the children were telling, do this, miss, do that, miss. So we have got into that equation now. Earlier, it used to come few and far between, but now I saw online classes. At least in my classes, for sure, the students always would point out. Of course, I was a bit of a dodo with technology, but they would always tell me to do something or help me to do something or share or say, if you do like this, it will be better. So uh, I think that equation has already been brought up. So I think it will be Harish and Ashtaullah telling us, do this, don't do that. If you do like this, it will be better. I suggest this is how it is to be done. I'm looking forward to that era in school when it is just teachers and taught. It is not uh, a little one and an older one. It is anybody can be teacher and anybody can be taught.
It has actually bridged the gap.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It has actually bridged the gap between the teacher and the taught.
Yeah.
So it's really a situation of equal partnership, ma'am. It's not that they are learning only learning from us. We are learning every day, every moment, so much from them. So, and that's what makes the journey so joyful. You are teaching something and you're getting to learn much more. So thank you so much, Ms. Shajni, Aratrika, Harish, for your thoughts. And we will see you back in school pretty soon. And thank you. And we'll move on to our final segment, that is that of our senior secondaries. So, Ms. Sanju, if you could please put Mr. Venkat and Niharika, Anusha, and Govind on screen. Thank you.
God, are they wonderful or what?
Technology experts, they are.
Yeah. They're wonderful. And I think their teachers
Wonderful.
must be so proud of them. I'm wondering whether it was a learning gap or a learning leap.
Even I
That's
believe
true.
it's a learning leap
Yeah, I
because
think it's a learning leap. What we
we
need
have
to
learned
do
a
is
lot.
the personal, social, emotional, in person. But I think in terms of
Exactly.
learning, I think there has been a leap and not a gap. Oh, look at these
Correct.
smart girls.
Good afternoon, Anusha, Niharika, and Govind.
Good afternoon.
Govind has
Good
also
af-
come.
Good afternoon, Mr. Venkat.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So Niharika, Anusha are our current grade 10 students, and Govind is our current grade 11 student, and he has been with us for quite a long time already from grade 5. So we'll hear from them and Venkat, who is the coordinator for senior secondary. So Anju, let's see what is the first question for them. What support is offered to grade 10 students for preparing them for board examination? I think Anusha and Niharika is the best person to, take this. But Venkat sir, I will request you to just start it off and then lead the discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. We planned goal setting for all our board students at the beginning of the academic year so that students were able to set their short-term and long-term goals. Based on what goals they set, we planned an individual education plan to cater the needs of individual students. We help the students to do SWOT analysis on every subject and to plan their daily routine and study schedule accordingly. We do reflection after every periodic assessment and revise our plans. We also maintain an assessment for learning tracker for each child in each subject. We will make sure that students will get enough revision time, and we plan at least 3 pre-boards before their board exams. It helped our students to score better in the term 1 board exams, which happened in the December 2021. Anusha, will you share your experience during term 1 board examination?
Yes, sir, sure, sir. Term 1 examination was new to all of us. The pattern was changed completely, as you all know. Our exam was an objective type which we weren't so familiar with. All the students freaked out, but our teachers here in Capstone High were well planned and also very friendly, which really helped us as we had a bond with each other and we could have a better understanding. I did SWOT analysis and set my goals for term 1 and worked on my daily study schedule, which helped me. And I did this with the help of my teachers. Our teachers worked really hard by giving us extra attention, solving many sample papers. In this process, all my classmates and I learned a lot of new skills like self awareness, planning, time management, stress management, and etc. I believe that all of us, including the teachers, did a very great job. We were able to balance both academics as well as skill development. I would like to thank all our teachers on behalf of my class because without them we wouldn't have had the confidence to write our term 1 examination. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anusha. I think with all of these, things, plans changing every moment. Now there is this extension of the date, and then there are 2 terms. I think this last 2 years, this specific batch which faced board examination this year, this experience has taught you something, not for the board, for life itself. You have braved so much that you have emerged from it much stronger and much more resilient, I'm sure. Thank you so much. Venkat sir, if we could have the next section, question. Anju, if you could put the next question in, please. Thank you. Anju, if you could put the next question, please. Okay, so this is about the board examination getting postponed to 26th of April, and how is the school supporting the board students?
Okay.
Venkat sir, if you could take this forward,
Yeah.
please.
Thank you, ma'am. See, the term 2 board examination is a pen and paper test, which includes mainly long and short answer type questions and case study based questions. After reflecting on term 1 performance, we did goal setting with the students and planned an individual education plan for term 2 as well. We also planned to complete the term 2 portions by the end of February. We supported our students through post-school support classes for doubt clearing and rigor. We will be conducting 3 pre-boards before facing their term 2 board exams. First pre-board, which will going to start from February 21st. Niharika, will you share how you are preparing for a term 2 board examination at Capstone High?
Sure, sir. Thank you. As you all know, the term one examination was objective type, while the term two examination will feature subjective type questions. After my goal setting on and working on goal setting for term two, I worked on my routine and study schedule and have reserved a little extra time for math in my daily schedule. For extra support, our teachers have planned post school online classes to help us finish our portions sooner. And as we have already finished most of our portions and our exams have been postponed to 26th April, we have more time to revise, solve sample papers, and prepare for our term 2 board examinations. And because our term 2 examinations are from April 26th, our teachers have offered to stay back in school with us to help clear our doubts and give us that little extra push into doing our exams better. And as students, we are putting in that little extra effort to score well and make our families and teachers proud.
Thank you, Niharika. I guess that we're all writing the board examination along with you guys. So you are also writing and we are also writing. I'm sure Venkat sir, Chandan sir, all your teachers are writing the board examination along with you. So thank you and best of luck to all our grade 10 students and teachers for their coming board examination. And now for the last question, which is for our most senior student here, Govind Sharma. Thank you. So, Anju, if you could put the last question in. So, you've started senior secondary section, grade 11 and 12. What are the facilities and supports provided to students? So, Venkat sir, I will request you to take this question and then pass it on to Govind.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. For grade 11 and 12, we are offering 3 streams, that is science, humanities, and commerce with various subject combinations. All grade 11 students will go through a career counseling process before taking the subject choices. All our teachers are well committed and highly qualified. We have well equipped laboratories for all subjects. Even our student teacher ratio is favorable to students so that one-on-one teaching and doubt clearing is possible. We focus on clearing the concepts without compromising on skill building and rigor. We are also partnered with Akash for preparing our students to face competitive exams after grade 12. So here we have our grade 11 student, Govind Sharma. He is studying at Capstone High from grade 5. Govind, will you share about your preparations for grade 12 at Capstone High?
Yes, sir. Capstone High has helped me a lot in my educational journey. The faculty here is very experienced. They make us understand concepts in such a way that we remember them forever. Conceptual understanding is what Capstone strives for, and how we use this knowledge in our day to day life. Teachers give equal attention to all and are always ready to clear our doubts. They are very friendly and professional. Capstone High has well equipped labs. The experiments we do in the lab makes it easier for us to understand concepts, and it makes our learning experience fun. Also, sports are not neglected here in Capstone High. I personally was encouraged to participate in basketball tournaments, and our team won many trophies. I feel Capstone High is not just a school, it is a platform where we can showcase our talent in different fields. The school always opens new doors of opportunities for us. This school helped me become the best version of myself, which I'm grateful for.
Thank you so much, Govind, for that. You have been with us for a very long time. You are with Capstone since grade 5. And how your emotions towards the school really matters to us, and that you said that it's not just a school, it's a platform. It's where you get inspired to be the best version of yourself. um, you know, it's the best gift that you can give to all of us who are your teachers and who are trying to make a difference to your lives. So thank you so much for that thought. Ms. Sonal, Ms. Ratna, Ms. Niv, any questions for our senior secondary students?
Oh my, I can't believe I myself am being associated with Capstone for quite a few years now. And Govind was a very little boy at that time.
A
I'm
very naughty boy.
yeah,
Naughty
he
boy.
doesn't remember me, but
Wow.
I remember you, Govind. uh, Naughty children are the best children. I would say very happily, because I was the naughtiest girl and I was always made the monitor, because I knew exactly what naughtiness the kids would do. I think school is a place to be naughty. I think when else would you be? Because yes, school is studies and sports and friends and fun, and when else? Not when you are going to do your professional studies and when you are going to do your job. There's maybe fun there, but not as much when you are in school. So Govind, Niharika and Anusha, you look elegant, you look smart, you look confident, you look high school students, and I wonder how much of it has been the perseverance and the resilience you have built up in the past couple of years. It was, I would say, as Charles Dickens would say, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. So, but you got the best of it, because I can see it from the way you are connecting. I can see it from the way you are confidently speaking. For on the many events that I have seen you comparing and talking to your fellow students and peers and juniors, for that matter. I think teachers have found a lot of support in you, the senior students, in the last couple of years. And Venkat sir has been a student himself in the last couple of years, and he has come out with absolutely shining. Did you all know how much Venkat sir has scored in his last exam? Has Venkat sir shared with you? My God, he's like a gold star standard of teacher that you have. So Venkat sir, you can tell them later
Yeah,
how much you have
yeah,
scored.
yeah. I
And
have to say something here.
oh,
So it's
yes,
a
please.
Capstone High, like Govind said, it is a platform. It's not just a school. It's
Mm,
not only for students, even for
mm,
teachers as well. So whatever I did in my MEd, so that's not just because what I studied in the book, what I learned in the capstone, that I share with my colleagues always. So Capstone High really helped me a lot. If you really understand the values of Capstone High and the way we are doing our process, if we understand, I think no course is tough for any student or a teacher to do. Thank you, Capstone High, in that way.
How lovely to hear that. How lovely.
Thank you, Venkat.
Thank you.
And all the best to all of you, Govind, Niharika, Anusha, because we truly believe in Capstone High. It's just not the bookish knowledge; it's a competency for life, and as we always say, it's a lifelong journey, and we are all learning from each other. Whether it's teachers, whether it's students, whether it's colleague, whether it's the management team, every one of us are learning, and I really appreciate the way you have brought out your expression on how school is supporting you. Yes, we are always there till the last moment because our reward is how you develop and grow as individuals. You all make us very, very proud. Miss Sonal.
Yes, well said. And as yes, Venkat sir, I agree with you. And that's what learning for these children also, because it is not the academic knowledge which you are getting from the school. It is the other collaboration, critical thinking, and problem solving skills which is making you successful. So that is very, very important, and I'm glad that as a school capstone, and I'm glad that as a school capstone is standing for that, and that is something which is a lifelong learning, which they are going to take with them. And I can see they are quite confident individuals with their own thoughts, clarity of thoughts, which is wonderful. So great. Best of luck to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Dear parents, I know that you have been putting questions also in the chat box. So some of these questions I would request our panelists to take up from this point. And Anju, I would request you to put some of these questions there. So please clarify, this is a question again from Ms. Shashi Kumar. Please clarify how we will take care of children on transition from online to offline, especially for primary classes. It's quite a change. I think we did deal with this question before also,
Correct.
but if you take this forward a little bit and just clarify his doubts a little bit more. Thank you.
Ms. Sonal, would you like to take
So
this question?
basically, yes, sure. So anyway, we clarify that in a detail, but again to just reiterate again that basically the idea is to develop the basic competency and develop that personal, social, emotional connect which is required. So uh, so the first few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, I will say, will be a settlement process. We have a different way of set up in the classroom, right? We have areas in the classroom, and because we believe in experiential learning, so that is something which children will be experiencing. They will learn the routine of the classroom. They will learn the golden rules of the classroom, how to survive in the shared environment. So that is something very important, and then we will work on a competency development, which is very important. So first 1 or 2 weeks of a little bit of settlement, and then going from there forward, getting the academic uh, vigor. That's what our plan is. And
Thank you,
again,
Ms.
it will
Anju.
be like a half day, so that it is not too much on the children. uh, I have also seen lots of parents are worrying about, I was checking the YouTube link, and I have also seen that lots of parents are worried about why are you extending the vacation, and why you not let us enjoy this and all. So to that point, I will say that 2 years have gone. Lots of thing is at a stake. Extend a little few weeks with us, give us that time. Capstone is working for you, so it is for your child's competency development that we are going. So please join us with that. That's what I will say.
Yes, to add on to what Ms. Sonal said, thank you, Ms. Sonal. We would like to have this time to build up the competency of children, to build up the social emotional connect, and once they come back to us, especially for the primary years, the
Yes.
bridge course that we are planning for the first 5 weeks will get them into speed for learning for the physical class, as well as whatever they have missed out, because there will be some student who will be joining us new and have not attended online classes for the last 1 or 2 years. So definitely we will get them into speed slowly and steadily. And once the bridge course is complete after 5 years, we will take another baseline assessment to identify the learning gaps, if there is any, after the 5 weeks of support, and we will offer remedials. So that's the plan to support the students.
It is not about at a primary level, it is not about academic assessment. It is all about the competency which needs to be developed, which is what they
And the
were missing
confidence.
the last
And
few
parents,
years.
you have
Yeah.
seen our board class students, they have been with us and they had been coming to school. We've seen the confidence. Like we are really proud of them.
Correct.
We're also taking it as a as extending our hand to the parents, because we do understand how much effort it took for the parents to take on the responsibility of teaching along with the teachers over the last couple of years. So this is Capstone's way, Capstone's team's way of showing it, sharing it with with the parents that we are with you. All of us are reducing our vacations because many of our teachers are parents as well, and many of our teachers had planned, as all of us have planned our time out, and we've had a tough 2 years and we were looking forward for this vacation. But once again, I would say that this is a way the Capstone believes in partnering. We don't want to rush your children to syllabus completion when we start next academic year. We want to take our time to warm up, each of us in our own ways, share our happiness, and many of us have gone through many kinds of turmoils. We have our counselors in the schools, we have our teachers as mentors in the schools, and it would be a good time to actually get back with the building up that rapport between the student and child, and between students and between teachers, in a calm way, when we don't have to like count the number of hours and count the number of chapters that we have done, and speed through the things, but can focus on each child's ability, each child's gap, if I may say. Though I really put a question mark on learning gap, because I think we've had a learning leap in our school, both for teachers and for students. The gap that we've had is an emotional gap. So you have to see, when the teachers came back to school, and the day when got back to school, I wanted to go and check out every class, and this is a person, I'm like seriously old, and I've been to schools over many years, but this just the 2 years of not going to school, I wanted to literally look at the softboard and see the classroom, and go to the basketball court. I wanted to walk around the school and feel teacher again. So I think it's emotional well-being that we are big time looking for, and a big value of Capstone is compassion. So we want to get back that soft energy, that thing which keeps us together, that thing which kept us together last couple of years. Despite all the ups and downs, each of us individually went through. Some of us went through more downs than the others. But this is a good time to regroup. So parents, bear with us. See what you can do about your vacations. See what you can do about your family gatherings, and come join hands with us. No, Dr. Ratna and our team is really, really putting their best foot forward for our children, and our children want to come back. So we want you to continue with this partnership with us, parents. Come back to school, come back with open mind, with open heart. Let's work with the children in person, and as I would say, live happily ever after.
What are we going to achieve by extending academic, by curtailing summer vacation is the question.
Just that. We're going to bond. We're going to bond. We're going to bond with each other, and we are going to figure out with individual child, without the rush of what we can do. What is it that the child needs to do is what we are going to figure it out together. We need your support in that, Shashikumar, because you have supported us through the 2 years in helping your child learn. Support us when we are coming back. We want your children back. We have been missing your children, so we want your children back with us. We love them so. and we don't want to rush it. So teachers, academicians, administrators, everyone is a little bit unhappy about cutting the summer vacation, but the happiness of coming back and meeting our students exceeds that little bit unhappiness. So I won't call it curtailing summer vacation, isn't it? I would say it
It's
is.
not actually, Miss Nivedita. It is extending the thing only by 2 weeks, but then we're trying to complete the assessment by 15th, 20th of April. So just about 1 or 2 weeks, because we are having the PTM a little later. Normally PTM is a little earlier, so and PTM will be online. So actually speaking, the students probably will have to stay in school for maybe extra 2 weeks.
And if we ask the students, I think they enjoy the vacation by playing and by playing with their friends. So in my mind, a child's vacation is when I can hang out with friends more and have more fun and see people who I haven't seen in the last couple of years. So believe us when we say that the children are going to have a great time in school, learning and having fun. So it will be the vacation would have started. It would be vacation. I don't see how it will not be.
Miss Nivedita, to add on to that, we are also reopening a little late. So we are reopening. Normally, usually we reopen for primary and middle school by about first week of June, and pre-primary by about second week of June. This time we are reopening on 13th of June. So actually speaking, we have not cut short the vacation. We have extended the academic session, and so that we can give our best to the students in the small window that you are getting before we close for summer vacation and get them ready for their next grade. So the assessment is pushed a little, vacation is pushed a little, and we are coming back for the students a little. Teachers are coming back, and in fact, grade 10 teachers, they have their board also happening end of April, which will extend into May.
And Miss, here, I think, as our students said, that school is more than for them classes and learning and maths and science. It's about relationship building. It's about running in the corridors. So that's why we are wanting our students back in the school environment. I guess it's about relationship building. So moving on to the next question, Mr. Anand Patil has put a question. My child is 4 years, 2 months. He has not attended any online or offline classes. Which class he will join and how smooth will be the process? Ms. Sonal, if you can take this question, it's for early years. Ms. Steffi, if you
Yeah,
could support.
you can consider this as a representative question of many parents, Sonal.
Correct. So, as I told before, I don't think that the repeat of the year will make any sense. We have to, so according to the age group, the child will go into the class where he will go. Otherwise, and this is why, because the child has not attended any online or offline classes, it is very important that the child join us now in the physical environment, so that we have a little bit of a baseline assessment, what the child knows, what help we can provide. Then he go for a summer break where he will where parents can work with the child, doing some fine motor development, and the child comes back. We will again have a baseline assessment done there. And when I'm talking about baseline assessment, I am not talking about only academic, but it's an overall baseline assessment development where the child is actually physically, mentally, socially is, and we will work from there. So what we are thinking is the next year will go like a first term will go like developing that basic competency, and then we will work. This is a global problem for lots of parents, so you are not alone in that, and all the school is working on it.
Thank you, Ms. Sonal, and to add on to that, the parent has written the child is currently 4.2 years. So by June, he will be, we are in February, so by June, he will be 4.6. So he will be going
K1
to
class.
grade K2. Yeah. So he will be going to K2. So, for now, probably when he's coming back, he can join K1.
Correct.
Thank you. There's the next question by Ms. Rinku. Is the class reopening for K1 and K2 this academic session or the next academic session? Again, an early years question. Ms. Niv, Ms. Sonal, we've got Chandrashri, Steffi.
Yes. So basically, as Ms. Ratna said, we are planning to call them for extended vacation to develop that basic fun settlement period. So we are planning. Maybe Ms. Ratna will give you more better answers after we decide on that, right?
No, we are planning to get them. So we have not decided whether to call them before. Most probably, we will have the assessment and then we will call. We are in the, because since we have already we are starting our physical classes for grade 1 to grade 5 from Monday. And when we have sent the communication, we have got many requests for parents of pre-primary to extend it to pre-primary section also. So we are in the process of planning, and probably we will be able to share with you our plan in the next 1 week. But definitely, we want our pre primary also to experience physical classes before we close for summer vacation. Exams, we plan to have it offline from grade 3 to grade 11. And because they have not experienced on offline especially for the primary grades. Our middle and high school students had been coming to school to write their exams, but for grade 1 to grade 5, we had been taking online exams. But this time, for grade 3 to 5, we have decided only to have offline exam. For grade 1 and 2, we are still finalizing on it because we are getting more and more student enrolling with us for the physical classes. We would love to have it offline. So by this week again, we will send our final decisions. We would love to have it offline.
Ms. Nadira has again a question. SA3 summative assessment 3 will be online or offline for grade 1 students?
As I mentioned, for grade 1 and 2, we are still finalizing on that because more and more students are getting back to us that they want to come back to school. And as such, we will look into it how the next week goes. And we would like to have it offline, but we will let you know in a week's time on our decision. This year, when students are coming back to us, we will be sending you a circular. For this year, the students can come in either a single color trouser and a white t-shirt. And you can place your orders for uniform before we close for summer vacation, and you will be requested to share the measurements with us so that our vendors can get that ready. And once school reopens physically after the summer vacation in June, the students are expected to come in uniform. But it is always good to have some uniform because that brings in equanimity in the amongst the student. It brings in discipline because they are all coming together as a cohort. So we would request the parents to send them in a single color trouser, maybe black, blue, or beige, and a white t-shirt.
If there is a 5-week bridge course next year, why are we extending academic year for 2 weeks? Again, there's a question about the bridge course and the extension of academic year.
Ms. Steffi, would you like to answer that?
Yes, ma'am. So, yes, Miss Nadira. So, your question about extending this academic year for 2 weeks. As 2 years, it has been virtually online classes, and now we thought we will extend it for 2 more weeks because before the child goes to the next grade, it would be a good time, as Miss Nivedita rightly said, to bond with the teachers, to develop social skills with the friends around. So, it would be a good time right now before going to the next grade ahead. And regarding the 5 weeks bridge course, for the next grade, when we do this 5 weeks bridge course, it's more like a settlement time. And that time it would be a new set of teachers, and that would help the child to be more comfortable with a new classroom. So that would be for the next grade. And this one would be present for the current grade before they move forward for the next one.
So thank you so much. With that, I would like to end today's session. I can see that there are some more questions that the parents have posted regarding uniform, transport, and other admin-related issues. We will get back to you regarding those questions, and our admin team will also get in touch with you about that. Thank you so much for attending the session with us, and Ms. Nivedita Mukherjee, Ms. Sonal Chawda, Ratna ma'am, and all our coordinators and our students for devoting so much time on a Saturday morning to be with us and share your thoughts. So thank you so much. We are signing off for today, and see you all, students, see you all back in school. We are all there, we are all waiting, and we are all looking forward to meeting you.
Yes, hooray!
Hooray for back to school.
Yes.
Signing off. Thank you.
We are looking forward to it.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.